Since 1967, Western Heating and Air Conditioning has been one of the premier family-owned businesses serving the Treasure Valley. We're proud to be celebrating 50 years and thankful to our employees whose dedication and contributions inspire us to keep the vision alive. Let's see how it all got started. This is my dad, Bob, and this is my Uncle Bill. And they've known each other a really long time.
First thing, you got to understand that we knew each other since I was 14 years old. So we've known each other since we were just kids.
50 years ago, these two men started Western Heating and Air Conditioning, and this is their story.
To begin with, I was the vice president, Bill was the president, and we were very young when we started it out.
Both Bob and Bill grew up in Idaho and were into hunting, fishing, and spending time in the great outdoors. When they were in their early 20s, they got married. No, not to each other, but to these lovely ladies. This is Bob's wife, Yvonne, and my mom. And this is Bill's wife, Betty. Betty also happens to be Bob's sister and my aunt, which puts the word family in family-owned business. When Bob and Bill first started out in the HVAC business, they found themselves making a life-altering decision.
Neither one of us had any idea that we were going to go into business. Heck, we were young and dumb. It was like we were 10 feet tall and bulletproof, for crying out loud.
Well, just what circumstances worked out to where the guy we were working for was in the process of losing the business. We get a chance to pick up some of the equipment that we've been working with. When everything worked out, it was just a good time to start, so we decided to jump into it.
We were working from day to day. It was like all we wanted to do was put food on the table for our families, and just kind of spiraled into a solid company.
As you can imagine, in the early years, Bob and Bill had to do it all.
Bill was doing all the bidding, and I had a gas fitter, pipe fitter, gas fitter's journeyman license, and so I had the qualifications to get the permits and that sort of thing. Bill was a journeyman installer, and he did the service work, and our wives did the bookwork. That pretty much covered everything we needed to know at that particular time.
And we pretty much knew what to do. There were some things we didn't know too much about, like bidding and stuff like that, and paperwork, but we were able to do the installation, stuff like that wasn't a problem.
If we hadn't had good backing from our wives, they did a lot of the work behind the scenes. So, it might have been questionable.
But it wasn't all work and no play. These two guys had a good sense of humor. And to keep it interesting, they had a couple tricks up their sleeves.
He was always doing something, always had something going that I usually got blamed for.
We had a scarecrow from Halloween, like a life-size scarecrow. And he took that and put it in the ladies' bathroom at the shop. And of course, when they went in, there was somebody sitting on their toilet. As soon as they turned the light on, and you heard some more screams.
I don't remember that.
What about all the crap you used to stick in my truck? My personal truck when it was parked out front. Empty sardine cans, bananas under my seat.
I think that was Ralph that did that.
And then there was this one time when Bob got a pretty big shock. I'll let Bill share that story.
That's when he handed you a saber saw, and there was a short in the cord somewhere. When he got a hold of the saw, he was sitting there and started vibrating like this, and he looked like he was having some kind of a fit. We couldn't figure out what was going on with him. He was getting shocked. Had kind of a blank look on his face.
Yeah, I knew I was getting electrocuted and nobody would unplug the cord. And I was finally able to holler to unplug the blankety-blank cord, and the plumber finally went think, and then I fell over on the ground and twitched around a little bit. And everybody on the jobs called me Sparky from there on.
Hey, Sparky. Hey, Sparky.
So for the first 30 years, Bob and Bill managed and grew the family business. They added the service department, built a new shop, hired more employees, and bought more trucks. Lots of trucks. But like anything else, time marches on. and a younger generation started to move up the ranks. That's where I come in. I was pretty much born and raised here in the Valley. Just a lot of playing with the neighbor kids and riding bikes and playing football and exploring. When I got done with high school, I pretty much knew I didn't want anything to do with it. I kind of was trying to go my own route. And then as I got older, I literally kind of took more of an interest and wanted to be part of it. My dad came to me and said, we kind of need you, you have a skill set that we need. I agreed to do it, and honestly, I pretty much resented it and hated it till I probably got into my late 30s. I kind of felt at that point in time that maybe there really was a future in this. And it goes without saying, I sort of expected there to be some advice coming my way.
What kind of advice did I give him? He's way too stubborn to give any advice to. I think one of the biggest things, one time he sat me down and he said, Dad, we've got to quit doing our own advertising. And I said, why? And he said, because you can hire somebody to do it better. Guess what? Who's doing the advertising now?
Hi, I'm Bob Barnes, president of Western Heating and Air Conditioning. And checked out and make sure it's ready to go so you're not going to have any problems over the winter. Western Heating and Air Conditioning has been revolutionizing. Call the experts you can trust. Call Western Heating and Air Conditioning. We all know I don't always follow my own advice. Of course, I can't take all the credit myself. Western would not be as successful without the efforts and commitment of the entire team.
I am very proud of it. If not, I wouldn't have been here for 15 years. We are ethical, both with the customer, our fellow employees, other companies in the Valley. I do get inspired and I'm excited to come to work every day because I want to enhance the employees under me. I want to enhance their lives, the lives of their families.
The reason that I enjoy working for Western, quite honestly, is the people I work with. I feel like that my team and I are very connected. We understand each other, we kind of have each other's back. And I just love the fact that the team that we have at Western are always sacrificing themselves so that either the customer comes out ahead or some of the other coworkers have a better day. It's pretty cool.
Why do I enjoy working for Bob? It's tough to put this into words, I guess. Bob's a pretty fair guy. Better not put this in. I worked with him for a lot of years, and he's always worked really close with me, kind of coached me along. We want to have a place where everybody enjoys working with each other.
As Western grew and became more established, so too did our commitment to the Treasure Valley.
I met Bob when he came in for a tour, and I think it was his first experience with the Boys and Girls Club. I think what's really impressive and what I really think about when I met Bob was that he kind of got the whole thing about if you want to have a great community in 20 years from now, you got to be investing today in kids.
Well, Bob's a very outgoing guy, and that kind of comes through in his business. People know who he is, people know who Western is. He's out in the community, and that's what we like about him.
Western Heating, I found out is, through my years here, is really dedicated to the community. They're members of so many organizations, I can't count them all. It is time consuming, to do that sort of thing, but I think that all of our employees see that and they feel very good about the way that the company supports the community.
This is a community that has supported our business for 50 years. I want to give back. At the end of the day, I've got to have some appreciation for the Treasure Valley and all the people who have either A, worked for us, B, supported us and gave us the opportunity to work for them, and then the homeowners and the people that we're servicing. And so I feel like it's important.
When a business applies for the Torch Award, they tell Better Business Bureau everything. And we go in and we sit down, we talk with the owners, the managers. I remember my conversation with Bob Barnes after letting him know that Western had received the Torch Award. He shares a story from his dad and his uncle. And he said, I was told that actions speak louder than words. That whatever he does is gonna get printed on the front page of the local newspaper the next day. And so it's really important that his actions speak louder than words and that he's doing the right thing, acting the right way day in and day out.
I have a lot of pride in the fact that it was family started, and we're now going into third generation involvement. And speaking of third generation, yep, Time marches on, and a younger team is starting to learn the ropes.
My grandfather and Uncle Bill, they started this company and started a great foundation for it. Something for my dad to build on and for me to build on top of that in the future. I remember my first day out in the field. I remember Lupe taught me how to run flex the first day. My dad told me when I was in my early 20s that I had to start acting more responsible. And I'm starting to see the big picture. I'm starting to, trust my dad more.
Whether you've been with us a few decades or you've recently joined our Western family, there's one thing I hope stands out the most, and that's our employees.
I would like to think that they all know how important they are to me. What I'd like them to know even more so is not necessarily how important they are to me, but how important they are to each other. Again, it goes back to team. I mean, Western is a family. We are a team. There is no one piece of this organization that is more important than the other. Sales is not more important than installation. Installation is not more important than service. Our administration team works so much behind the scenes of everything else and gets so little recognition, but they do such a fantastic job in not only handling the front end, but as well as the billing and the accounts receivable and warehouse work and inventory and getting the parts where they need to be and getting the right parts that we need. And I mean, it's everybody. I want to tell the rest of our employees this. It was a scenario I had with just my wife this morning. She was dressing up a little more dressed up for work this morning than normal, and I asked her why, and she said, well, because, she mentioned a gentleman's name is coming into town, and he'll be in the office today. And I said, well, who's he? And she said, he's the most important person in our company. He's the CEO, he's the president. And I said, I wonder who that is at our company. And she said, it's you. And I said, that's not me. I'm not the most important person. I may wear that tag. I may be the president, I may be the CEO, but I'm not the most important person at the company. It takes a team. It really takes a village at Western to do what we do. So what about the next 50 years?
That's kind of a hard question to answer, but I would hope to think that the business is still there 50 years from now.
We're an honest company. We did good work and got a good reputation.
We're proud of what we started and the legacy that we built to the point that it's at now. So yeah, that makes you sit up and take note, and you're proud of it.
What my dad has done with Western is just, in my eyes, it's very, very impressive. I don't think he ever thought that it would be the way it is right now.
What sort of future do I want for Western? I question that all the time. I think about, because we've grown to the size we have, the opportunities for so many people are so huge, and for future generations of my family, as well as maybe some of our employees' family. And I'd like to think that we provide a good place to work with great opportunity, and that it's not just my vision anymore, it's the vision of everybody.
Happy anniversary, Western Heating. Happy 50th anniversary, and I hope you have many more.
Happy 50th anniversary, Western Heating and Air Conditioning. You guys rock.
Yeah, happy anniversary. I hope you have a continued success, and hope just keep on trucking.
Happy anniversary, Western Heating and Air. So proud to be a part of the team, and wish you all the best and another great 50 years of success.
Happy birthday, Western Heating, the big 50.
Happy anniversary, Bob, and the Western team. Congratulations on 50 years. That's an incredible achievement.
Congratulations, Western Heating and Air, on your 50-year anniversary. We appreciate you very, very much. Thank you.
Western Heating and Air, congratulations on 50 years serving the Treasure Valley. You really set the bar as a company doing the right thing. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Western. It's been a great 50 years.
Happy Big 50, Western Heating and Air.
Happy anniversary, Western.
Happy 50th anniversary, Western. I am very grateful to be a part of this and look forward to many more years.
Happy 50th anniversary.
Here's to another 50.
Happy anniversary, Western, 50 years.
Thanks, Bob, Zach, and the whole Barnes family. It's been awesome. Glad to be a part of the team.
Happy 50th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Western. I've been here for about 12 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 12. It's a great place to work, and I appreciate being part of this team. Thanks so much. Happy anniversary.
50 years of Western Heating. Wow, who would believe that? Congratulations.
Happy anniversary, Western Heating and Air Conditioning. Congratulations on your 50th year. Happy...
Oh yeah, I want to do this as many times as possible. Yeah, this is my favorite part.
Pretty well covered everything I can remember. Except that I didn't do none of the things they said I did, I don't.
Edit that. Yeah, I do have a face made for radio.
All right, am I in focus now?
Happy anniversary, Western Heating.
This is the worst.
Happy 50th, Western Heating. Is that good or not? No.
Congratulations, Western Heating and Air, on your 50-year anniversary. Cheers. Cheers. Really?
I won't be able to re-say that again to save my life probably, but.
Dadgummit, I looked at you again.
No. I made sure I wasn't singing that.
Western Heating and Air, the experts you can trust.
Yeah.
Western Heating and Air, the experts you can trust.
And that's the end of our story.